Hi, I'm John Dougal, and this is Not for Pie Eaters. For the existing subscribers, you may be wondering why I've gone back to an existing video and why I'm doing a redo. Well, to be honest, I really wasn't all that happy with the audio quality, and most of the videos are using a new Rode mic, which is much better than the one that I was using before. So that's my excuse to go back and redo this one. You may be wondering why the channel is called Not for Pie Eaters. Well, when I was trying to think of a channel name, it was easier for me to focus on who the channel is not for than it is actually who is it for. And let me explain that a little bit. I'm a Liverpool Football Club fan, and as a typical sports fan, I watch lots of podcasts, lots of programs on not only on my team, but about the other teams, especially if there's an upcoming match for Liverpool. Well, back in the day, there was a player for Manchester United by the name of Wayne Rooney. And Wayne was a great player, but he'd been off injured for a bit. And so he was a little out of shape, put on some weight. Still obviously had all his skills, but he needed match fitness. Well, the coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, had put him on the pitch to have him get some of that match fitness, and of course he didn't play to his full potential. Well, in this fan-based program, one of the fans was really, ripping poor Wayne a new one, and he called him a pie-eating waste of space. A bit overzealous. I mean, in context with Wayne needing to get his match fitness back, I think it was the right decision to play him. But, it got me thinking. I said, well, if anybody's a pie-eating waste of space, it's probably this fan, not Wayne Rooney himself. And so that's kind of what this channel is all about. It's about people who are willing to do the work. Now, Wayne Rooney was obviously willing to do the work, and he got his match fitness back. He got to being a great player again. And, you think all the years Wayne had spent polishing his skills just to get to be able to play, in the Premiership at that high of a level. Well, whatever it is that you put your hand to in life, you want to do it well. And that's who this channel is for. It's not for the pie eaters. So that's kind of the long version of what this channel is. What's the short version? Well, I'm an older guy now, but when I was in my 20s, man, I had a lot of ambition. I worked hard and all of that kind of thing. But, man, there was a lot of stuff I wished that I'd known back then that I know now. So that's kind of partly what this channel is. It's all the little bits of information that would have helped me do things a little bit easier and more efficiently. And that's what I'd love for you to be able to do, is to be able to really grab hold of life, work efficiently, and get what you want out of life. Well, that's it in a nutshell, but let's get started and say, well, does the channel actually consist of? Well, basically there's 4 types of videos. YouTube parlance, they're referred to as playlists. And so there are introductory videos like this one that just sort of introduce the channel. And life is all about people. So there are specific videos on people, because the more you know about people, including yourself, the better equipped you're going to be, to win at life. And then there's videos on wisdom, because everybody's born ignorant, and society has changed so much. You really need to be able to go through life with a lot more wisdom than anybody's ever needed before in any other period of time. And lastly, there's the sausage making videos. It's kind of an engineering term, and it's down in the nuts and bolts of the steps that nobody wants to have to look at, except when you got to have to deal with it. But it's the step-by-step sort of stuff as to how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Well, those are basically the 4 playlists, and all of the videos will be under one of those categories. but I couldn't leave well enough alone because there's a lot of videos, and so I created a couple additional playlists, and you could look at these as basically sorts. So far I've only got two: money and politics, and I might add some others in the future, but the money could fall under, say, wisdom, and maybe the politics falls under people, or and so you'll see them duplicated in those other four playlists, but these are just sorts so you can find things easier if there's a specific topic that you want to look at. Well, what's on the screen kind of looks like a multi-level marketing pitch. It's not that. If you're wondering really where it came from my training, which is systems engineering, and it's called a use case diagram. Use cases are all about taking specific action, and life is about action and making decisions, and the best decisions are well thought through. So that's kind of where this came from, is this use case diagram. And it all starts with identifying what do you want, and then you take specific steps that you planned out to get what you want. And where that takes place is in a system of interest of some sort. It could be your part of the world, it could be your place at work, whatever. And wherever this is, there's going to be you, and then there's going to be others, and you'll be taking the steps to get what you want. Well, oftentimes in life, there's things that you need to do beforehand. I called that use case set the stage. As an example, you might need to get a college degree before you can get off into your profession. And so that would be a preparatory step. And then while you're getting what you want, there's problems will arise. And a lot of times these problems are foreseeable. So you can plan steps out to deal with the foreseeable problems. Hence the use case solve problems. And like I said, there's going to be other people involved, and there'll be different types of people, men, women, and all have various types of personalities, and hence that's why there's so many videos on people. And then lastly, that's the wisdom. I mentioned that, but you need wisdom along the way, and sometimes the wisdom is integrated in the videos, and sometimes there's some topics that are specifically on just wisdom. Well, that's the channel in a nutshell, and I hope you've enjoyed this introduction. If you think this is something that you're going to like, try hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget to take out time just while you're working through the stuff of life to go out and have fun. Thanks for joining.